Good evening, everyone. We are live. Hello, hello, hello. And we've got a Crystalis randomizer race tonight. We're going to be doing some... this is going to be for a submission video for a Randothon Randomania. Real quick, going over the flags. We've got this G column that's all the glitches enabled except for trigger skip because it's annoying. We'll talk about more about those glitches as they come up in the run. We've got randomized trade-in items, WT, random unidentified key items, WU, and randomized elements to break walls, WE. We've got randomized monster weaknesses, ME. We've got oops all mimics, MG. We've got battle magic not guaranteed, barrier not guaranteed, and gas mask not guaranteed, NW, NB, and NG respectively. A couple other important things to note: we've got a guaranteed starting sword, and we've got charge shots only. The main thing that's going to shape that tends to shape the flow of these flags is the sword charge glitch, in terms of being able to break walls. We'll get into that once we're actually in the race. So, I'm going to go ahead and put my name in here and then ready up. So, let's do some name input. Alright, and hit the ready button, and yeah, like I was saying, the sword charge glitch, basically, if you have two different swords, one that has a higher level upgrade and one that has a lower level upgrade, you can equip the higher level sword. We are starting. Equip the higher level sword, pause the game, equip the lower level sword, save without leaving the menu, reset, load that save, and then you'll be using the lower level sword at the higher level. This lets you, importantly, break walls with swords that you don't have the second level upgrade for, which is very important in routing in this flag set for Crystalis. So that's gonna... In my practice with these flags, that tends to shape a lot of what's going on here. Sword of Water in particular is going to be important because that can also freeze bridges. Alright. Oh, we've got very expensive warp boots, but we've got some reasonably priced medical herbs. I'm going to get a couple of those just for safety's sake. Again, with the sword charge glitch, it can be a little tough with healing sometimes because it only lasts until you open the menu again. Or change weapons with the quick swap that the randomizer adds. So that means you frequently have to go through long stretches without any source of healing, really. Unless you get refresh. But for now, we're just going to do some early game routing. We got our free starting items. Basically, the only place we can go is GBC Cave here. This is actually not in the NES version of the game. It is based on a cave that is in the Game Boy Color version of the game, hence the name GBC Cave. Alright, so our first Mimic only had money in it. Normally all the Mimics have money, and they drop a lot more money than other enemies. But the Oops All Mimics flag turns every single chest into a Mimic that you then must defeat to extract the actual item inside. I misaligned. There we go. A cookie. That is going to be a key. So what I'm going to do, given that I found a key here, is I'm going to go get some information here by checking this wall. And then I'm going to wild warp to get back to the start of the game. So... and my intent is to just check this key right away. Because this could be the windmill key, and windmill could be our way forward. The other way forward is there is a second exit out of the GBC cave that is not blocked by a wall, and therefore would be accessible. And the GBC cave, since it's not connected in anything in vanilla, because it doesn't exist in vanilla, the outputs go to randomly go to 2 of 4 different locations. This is, in fact, the windmill key. So that opens up some windmill checks. This suggests to me that the other exit of the GBC cave isn't actually that useful right now. So I'm not going to make a priority of checking it. Right, get a magic ring. Magic ring is a consumable that restores all of your MP. They're really useful to have in the end game. Early on, not as much. They're mostly just good for selling for money. Because right now I don't even have anything to spend my MP on. Let's check out that wall. Alright, that needs sword and orb of fire. So nothing doing there. Unidentified lamp. Alright. Let's make sure to track this wall as well. Alright, we gotta watch out for these shadows and these butterflies. Oh, this room is not kind. Also, I'm very low on health. And I'm paralyzed. That's a problem. Alright. Alright, now I'm just poisoned. So, you can only have one status effect at a time in this game. Paralyzed stops you from using... Alright, a bunch of things just happened there. Paralyzed stops you from using charge shots, which, because of the charge shots only flag, means I can't fight anything. Which is obviously a problem. So I instead got hit by a mimic to get poisoned, which does this constant damage over time. Which is also a problem, but one that I can kind of work around. Alright, and now we soft reset to clear the status effect. And honestly, I'm just gonna pop into the inn here. So, also got an ocarina, so we are going to go check that next. So, what I did with the lamp and the statue is there is a... In the vanilla game, there is a lamp, the glowing lamp, and a statue, the broken statue. And if you have both in your inventory and you use the lamp, it fixes the statue and turns it into a golden statue. In the randomizer, you have the lamp and you have the statue, and it turns it into a random item, which in our case was an ocarina. So now I'm heading over here, A, to check what kind of wall that is. That is a Sword of Thunder wall. And B, to spawn the sleeping windmill guard, who sleeps in this cave that leads to the windmill. Because I want to check the flute that I got from it. Got from combining the statue and the lamp to see if it is the alarm flute. And it is. And there's our Sword of Wind. Alright, so that gets us into the other exit of GBC Cave. It also would let us sword charge glitch to break things that need Sword of Water, but we haven't seen any of those yet. So we're not going to worry about that at the moment. I am going to take the time to check the other exit of this cave, GBC cave here, while I'm here. It's relatively quick and on the way. But I'm guessing it's Sahara, because Sahara is the least useful. Yeah. So that's Sahara. We're just not going to even bother there. There's not really anything to do until you get a very specific combination of spells or flight. I could walk all the way into the town to trigger the teleport spot, but it doesn't really feel necessary at this point. Small chance it comes back to bite me and I need to do a walk through GBC Cave again to get there, but... Instead, we're going to break this wall, and we're going to pop out somewhere else. That somewhere else is... Bryn Mawr, it looks like. Yeah. This is Bryn Mawr. So this is the second area of the vanilla game. This is where you would normally get to after beating the sealed cave that we were in earlier. There's an item hiding out in the grass here. It is the Fruit of Lime, which is completely worthless, so we're going to drop it immediately. Alright, there are a couple of things I can do here. The first thing I want to do is go to Bryn Mawr over here. Akahana here is looking for a beautiful charm. I want to buy a couple pair of work boots because they're going to become relevant in a minute. And I also need to buy more medical herbs. Which means, like I kind of hinted at earlier, I'm going to come over here and sell these 2 magic rings. Oh, nope, I wanted to sell both of them. Come on. And we're going to use that to get a stockpile of medical herbs. And the reason we're doing that is because we might soon, very soon, have to do something called the Hell Run. Basically, there is a poison swamp. Let's do that sword charge glitch, by the way. There's a poison swamp that you normally need to... will constantly damage you if you don't have the gas mask. But as I mentioned during the settings, one of the settings we have turned on is gas mask not guaranteed, which means we could be forced to cross that swamp without the gas mask. So I am preparing to do that. Also going to get this item down here. I did another trick there, by the way, called a statue glitch, where you can just clip by guards and statues and various interactable things by sneaking behind them and holding down and to the left as you button through their dialogue box, and it will push you backwards and up into the doorway they're guarding. Let's make a checkpoint here. Actually, I should not have switched my weapon. I'm gonna go in here. So this is Mount Saberweth. I'm gonna go in with a glitched weapon, just to save some time in case this is a Sword of Wind or Sword of Water locked area. And again, if I want to remain in this glitch state, I'm not allowed to menu or switch weapons at all. Which makes me wish I had used one of those medical herbs before I got here. Alright. That is unfortunate, because I didn't even get to the point where I saw what the walls were, so I kind of need to do this again. But healed up. Gonna dodge that guard this time, and we're gonna watch for this zombie coming out of the ground. Hi, zombie. And nope, I need Sword of Wind, so I did not need to Sword Charge glitch, but I can get through here, which is nice. So, I can't get everything on Mount Saberwest, because one of the checks requires me to trade in a bracelet, or show Tornell at the top of the mountain one of the 4 bracelets. It's random each time you play, if you have the randomized trade-in items in. And I don't have any bracelets, so unless I get extremely lucky in finding the bracelet Tornell wants on the way up the mountain, I will not be able to get that check. The other thing is the vanilla tornado bracelet location requires some sort of way to get up the slope at Mount Saberwest, which is either speed boots or rabbit boots or flight. And I have none of those things, so I'll be leaving behind 2 checks here. Oh, I take it back. I have one of those things. Alright, so we'll do that on the way out. So, rabbit boots. In the vanilla game, it lets you do two things. One is it lets you jump like this, and that's how we're going to use them to get up the slope. But it also lets you charge while walking. Actually, never mind. I now can't remember if that charge while walking is something that the randomizer adds, but the point is, normally they let you charge while walking. Now, I've already been doing that this seed, because the charge shots only flag also lets you do that to make the game not completely miserable to play. It's a very nice quality of life update to that flag that happened in the last year. The catch, though, is... So, in order to make the rabbit boots still relevant, they've now been updated to give you a double speed charge shot. Which is really handy, honestly. It makes rabbit boots one of the best equipment pieces you can get. Alright, so you want the flame bracelet. I am nowhere close to having that. And as mentioned, I'm actually going to walk down instead of teleport out. Because I need to go get an item from lower down the mountain that I could not get earlier. Thankfully, there is a shortcut we can use down here. Oh. These archers are being a pain. Alright. This is our shortcut. Just slide back down. It's one way unless you have flight, and then this is actually the vanilla intended way of getting up that slope. As janky as it looks. The good news is the ball and bracelet upgrades are progressive, so there's no way that this could be the flame bracelet that I'm about to find here. Ooh, teleport is a very good get. Alright, we're gonna teleport to Brynmire now. And this is one of those things that just happens in the randomizer, is you buy a bunch of warp boots to stock up, and then you immediately find teleport, which makes all of those warp boots irrelevant. We're gonna slightly make them relevant by at least cashing them in for money, but... Oh, I needed to hold on to one pair of those. It's fine, I'll buy another pair when I get back here. We're gonna take a quick look at the armor and shields. There's armor that's not worth buying, and there's a shield that is far too expensive to buy. We're gonna fully stock up on medical herbs, and we are going to head out again. So, the only thing left for me to do at this point is the aforementioned Hell Run. I need to take teleport off. So the jump button and the use magic button are mapped to the same thing, so you can only jump if you don't have any magic equipped. Alright. We're gonna make a safety save here, and equip one of these. And yeah, you can see you get hurt really fast. So we're just gonna beeline for the town, which is our destination. And ironically, there's not actually anything we can do in the town, but getting the warp point for the town unlocks a check elsewhere in the world. Alright, so done here, back to Brynmire. I do need to buy a pair of warp boots. A little hasty selling all of them, but it's fine. So the place we're going now, once again taking the teleport spell off, is up here. This is what is known as the Stomp fight, which is also the last location we have available to us. Now normally, you would pull out a sword and have a sword fight with Stomp, but our sword doesn't have a stab hitbox, so we can't sword fight. So instead, we're going to use a glitch here to automatically win the fight. And that's great. And what's not great is that didn't actually open anything up. Okay. Pause. What am I missing? What did I do or not do? I have 2 swords. Went there and there. I have Ocarina, Rabbit Boots, Teleport. Oh. I have Teleport. Right. That's what I missed. So we're going back to Brynmire. We're gonna stock up. Knew I was forgetting something. We can actually go to Mount Saber North. There are 2 requirements normally to get into Mount Saber North. One is you need to have Teleport to get through the overworld entrance to Mount Saber North, or else there's a trigger that will push you down. We have that. That's what's gonna open this up. And 2, normally, the dev expected way to get into Mount Saber North involves talking to the, doing a couple of things and walking to some specific places and triggering the leaf kidnapping, and then using telepathy to talk to the rabbit to find out everyone got kidnapped and that they're being held prisoner in Mount Saber North. So that gives you a trigger here, this one right here, which if I stand in the right spot and walk, you can just walk past it. It's a little precise, as you can see, but you can just walk past it. And these soldiers kind of hurt. Alright, I'm definitely going to want to be able to jump over soldiers, so let's take Teleport back off. We're going to stop at the end here. And we are going to switch to that, switch to this, save, reset, load the save, and have Sword Charge glitched into Sword of Water. Just in case. Nothing else. These guards are weak to water, so we'll make getting past them easier. Alright, so we have to be able to break the walls here, because there aren't any other checks to do. Unless I'm forgetting another thing, which is possible, but I don't think is likely. Okay. So I don't have to go through here with Sword Charge glitch, which is good. These are wind walls. We can break them. We've got Flail Knights here, which will throw their flail at you as soon as they think they can hit you, which makes them a pain to walk past, which is why I'm kind of going out of my way to kill them. Euphonium, that is another flute of some kind. So one of the things about this randomizer, if you look down in the bottom right corner, you'll see a bunch of stats. And underneath the level LV is a stat called DL, which is difficulty level. Or you'll hear runners refer to it as scaling. And the way it works is, in order to make this a randomizer, the enemy difficulty kind of needed to be leveled out so that you didn't get super hard enemies right in the starting areas. And the way, the way they did that is by adding something called a scaling level. So as you get, hang on, I need to focus on this. Alright. These warlocks are nasty. They have a bajillion hit points, and they have these Nooper beams that are very large, and turn you into a slime if you get hit by them. And as a slime, you can't do anything except leave. Alright, I got a key. So yeah, basically the difficulty level of the enemies scales as you get more key items. So 11 is how many key items I've picked up over the course of this run so far. Just making sure to kill some extra enemies to get experience. This is an action RPG after all, your stats do matter. Alright, let's use one of these bajillion medical herbs I stocked up on. Alright, that key that we picked up on the way up here is probably going to end up being the key to prison. I went back into that room to set a checkpoint, because that room actually has the checkpoint flag on it. And that way, if the item at the end of this tunnel here is complete garbage, we can just reset and go back to the checkpoint and speed things up a little bit. That is not complete garbage. Holy smokes, that's really good. So Psycho Armor is one of the 2 best armor pieces in the game. It just has really high defense, and it gives you a regen effect as long as you're standing still. That regen effect can come into play later on, in particular, because there are certain areas where you might just be forced to take damage. And if you can't heal, because you can't menu, because you're doing a sword charge glitch, that's a problem. So this gives you a source of healing without needing to menu. Right, this is Zelda-esque 1. He is the first of the 4 Tetrarchs. Our goal for the game is to beat all of the Tetrarch boss fights, beat Dragon 1, beat Dragon 2, and climb up the tower. So for that, we're going to need all 4 swords, we're going to need all 3 bows, and we're going to need flight, and we're going to need to kill a bunch of bosses, including this one. This also has to be blocking our progress, either the reward from this boss fight, or, like I said, we have the key to prison, which will open this locked gate behind him. Either way, gotta win this fight. Doing it with a level 1 sword is a little unfortunate, but it's not unfortunate enough to be worth sword charge glitching all the way up the mountain for it. Psycho Shield goes with the Psycho Armor, and it is one of the best shields in the game. In addition to having a really high defense value for projectiles, it will prevent paralysis, so we don't have to worry about getting paralyzed ever. So this will get us to Portoa in more or less the intended way. So we're going to check out Portoa here. We're going to step over here real quick to talk to the fisherman, or the fisherman's daughter, who tells us that the fisherman is looking for a glass statue. Which is good to know. We're going to go here, we're going to talk to the queen. So, by talking to the queen will have a different dialogue if you have the sword that Rage, a later NPC, wants. Since she didn't give me that dialogue and didn't give me the item right away, I know I do not have the correct sword. I don't know which of the other 2 swords it is that Rage wants, but it's not either of the ones I have. We're going to set a checkpoint here, and we're going to sword charge glitch this Sword of Water, and we're going to head into Waterfall Cave here. Just because it's convenient routing to do this one first, even though I can't get all the checks here. If this ends up being inaccessible, which it is, I can just reset. I am still sword charge glitched, so I can come down here, and freeze this bridge to get across the river and go into Foglamp Cave. I'm gonna set a new checkpoint, and find out that we can't do Foglamp Cave either. Alright, good talk. So let's head down to... Ooh, let's get slimed. Alright, so you can get rid of the slime status effect by doing a screen transition, which is why I'm heading back up here. Oop, and I accidentally paused, but I can just reset to restore my sword charge glitch. So, head down here. We might have to do something called Rage Skip, because, as previously mentioned, I do not have the correct sword that Rage wants, but there is a glitch to get around that. I can't get the item from Rage, but I can get to the NPC that I need to talk to behind Rage. But for now, I'm just going to put a checkpoint here and walk into Crystalis Cave. Ah, and I can do Crystalis Cave with the sword charge glitch. It's a little unfortunate I took damage off that Warlock because I'm now fairly low on hit points. Although I do have that Psycho Armor, so I could stand still for a little while to heal. But this is a race and a speed run, so we're going to try to avoid that where possible. That said, standing still to heal a little while is going to be better than dying and resetting this entire cave. So... Ooh, I don't like this. Fortunately, I am immune to the petrification effects of both of these enemies, but they can still touch me and do damage. Or poison me, as the case may be. Alright. Well, I can get out of here with poison. If I start getting desperate on HP, the Psycho Armor will heal you faster than the poison damages you, so you can kind of cheese it that way. I don't want to become paralyzed, because then I can't break that wall. Although, that was the last wall, so if there was something to paralyze me, that would be okay. I can also just... That's a checkpoint, so I can reset here. And then see what's in this grass. It's just a sacred shield, and that means we need to do some glitching, probably. Alright, let me think about how I want to do this. I think I would rather teleport back to Portella. Before I try to do this glitch, there's one other thing I want to check. So... If this is gonna work, this euphonium might be the shell flute. And if that's the case, I want to sword charge glitch into Sword of Water. And equip the shell flute in advance. Use the statue glitch to get past here. There we go, yeah. Sure enough, it is the shell flute. So we'll do that. And that lets us get on the dolphin and ride the dolphin. We get a Dio's Pendant. Alright. Dio's Pendant is nice. It gives you a passive MP regeneration effect. Which again is one of those things that is nice for if you can't menu to recharge your MP. Although it comes up less. I'm gonna hop over here to get that warp point for Joel. Give me a moment to remember the name of the town. Yeah, that's Joel. Just gonna set a warp point there. And head into here. Alright, can't deal with these jellyfish, so we'll just navigate around them. And now we have the unfortunate turn-based combat area. I call it that because with Sword Charge Glitch, well, you'll see in a moment, I need to freeze these bridges. And now, every time I swing my sword, I'm gonna get that nothing happens dialogue. So, I'm going to try to do as little combat as possible. But there are just a number of things I need to break. And I can't menu to unequip the Shell Flute. Because that would break my sword charge glitch and not let me get through here. Let's see what kind of walls we have. Okay, we have wind walls, which means I can now menu safely. It does mean there's going to be one item in here that's obnoxious to get, because there's one more river that we need to freeze, but it only blocks one item. Alright, that's the item for the fisherman from talking to him earlier. I never marked that, by the way. Check that off. Alright. And Evil Spirit Island. We're gonna get all these checks. Eventually. So, I need to break this wall right now. But I'm gonna leave... Technically, there's two items back there. I'm gonna leave both of them for now. Even though one of those two items is reachable. And that's because I'm gonna come back there with Sword Charge Glitch anyways to get the second item. I'll feel a little silly if the reachable item is a water upgrade. That means I don't have to Sword Charge Glitch, but so it goes. Oh, right. I'm immune to paralysis. I was worried there for a moment. Not immune to poison, though. Golden Idol. That is another statue. This one, I do not know what it does. Alright, I'm going to reset to clear the poison. I'm going to switch to this, save, reset, and head back in. Okay. And I think because of the obnoxious enemies here, it's going to be faster for me to actually drop down that pit and come back up around from the first floor. Mainly waiting for that platform and then trying to cross that platform while dealing with the butterfly enemies. If you get hit by anything while on one of those moving platforms, you immediately fall. And that includes, like, any projectile, even if it doesn't damage you or give you a status effect. Getting touched by an enemy. It includes getting hit by money, as I have learned in the past week or two. Alright. Barrier. Barrier is a nice safety spell to have. It consumes MP as long as you're running it, but it makes you immune to projectiles while it's active. And Medical Herb on the other side. Alright. Since Barrier is actually kind of used... Wait. I was about to say I'm going to just walk out of here, but I have Teleport. I don't have to walk out of here. I can teleport out of here back to Zombie Town. And now we are going to go try to fight Sabera. Alright. So I'm going to switch to Sword of Wind. I am going to Sword Charge Glitch my way in here. And try to maintain it all the way to Sabera. On the off chance that Sabera is weak to water. And this speeds up the fight significantly. Since enemy weaknesses are randomized, I don't know if she's going to be weak to water. I also have to hope that the Vampire 2 boss fight that I fight on the way to Sabera so that boss fight is naturally resistant to one element. If that one's water, then I will be forced to switch swords, which is unfortunate, but unavoidable. Alright, I'm gonna wait for a platform here. There we go. A xylophone, which is another instrument. So that could be the flute of lime, but I don't have any way to test it right now. It could be the insect flute, which I could go test. You know what I said earlier about the vampire being not weak to water? Yeah, well, I guess I'm not sword charge glitching all the way to Severa. It is not, at this point, worth going back just for the sword charge glitch, because it would just make the fight a little faster than doing it with a level 1 sword. And if she's not weak to water, it doesn't matter at all. Right, Change is a good pickup. Change was blocking our access to the next major portion of the world. So, getting that here is very nice. I see you there, Butterfly. Butterflies are very scary when you have these moving platforms, because they can just fly in out of nowhere. I guess I can put on the hazmat suit to not take damage from these spikes. And I can use medical herb. Oh, flight. Okay, well, new plan. We're gonna just fly everywhere now. Flight is really good. Flight opens up a ton of stuff. I guess it opened up a lot of the same things that Change did, because it would get us access through Sahara to the Goa region, but... Alright, let's see if we can even fight this boss fight. We cannot, so I'm gonna reset, and we're gonna teleport to somewhere else. We're gonna teleport to Portella. I'm not going to bother going down to do Rage Skip right now. I don't even know for certain that the right enemies have spawned to activate Rage Skip, as it stands. And it's only 2 checks, so it's a long walk and it's not worth my time, basically. Alright. Trading the statue to the boat owner will activate this. We'll spawn Kensu here, and let you get an item here. Which is our 3rd key, the key to Stixie. I'm just gonna use Flight. It's gonna burn all my MP, but that's okay. I can just use the in Joel. No, in Swan. I always get Joel and Swan confused for some reason. 3... That is definitely the key to Stixie. Flying over here to this island because we have a statue that we don't know what it does, so it might be the statue that calls the ocean. It is not. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 7. Updating the tracker while I'm flying to the next town. Okie dokie. Here, we're gonna use the inn. I'm gonna talk to this NPC to set up something for later, but it'll be a while before it comes in. Alright, here's where we need change. We need to pretend to be a guard to let the guards let us pass. And now we are in the Goa region. So first we're going to go to the town of Goa. And mostly just to set that warp point very quickly. And then we can go down here. I'm going to go over to the town of Chiron. There's an item waiting for us in Chiron, and then we can also climb Mount Hydra. I will probably set myself a sword charge glitch for Sword of Water. I don't need it for the rivers because I can fly right now, but I might need it for the walls. You never know. Nope, I was not talking to you, Stom. Stom likes to talk to you. Just an antidote here, but picking that up will allow me to trigger some stuff later, so it is necessary to pick up. I said I was going to sword charge glitch, and I meant it. So one of the tricks to sword charge glitch is you have to be somewhere where you are allowed to save, which is most overworld screens and towns, and one or two few other weird places. Mountain Hydra does not count as an overworld screen, though, so... I had to save in Chiron proper. Fruit of Power. Don't need it. Don't want it. Fruit of Power is a lesser MP restoring item that restores... It's a decent amount of MP, but it's not all. I picked a poor time to take a drink. Alright, we're gonna go to the right first to inspect the walls. Because if I can break the walls, this is the more optimal routing. But I cannot. I need Sword of Thunder for these walls. So that's a lot of walls blocked by Sword of Thunder, which I do not have. That means I no longer strictly need to be sword charge glitching. So I'm going to switch weapons to be able to actually kill things. Fortunately, there are no walls to worry about in Stixie, so we're just gonna go through with, light. Orb of Thunder. Well, that's nice to have. Alright, since we're going to Stixie, we're gonna walk out of here. It is faster than warping back to Chiron. And because we have flight, we can actually get all of the items here fairly easily. Alright, so use the key. We're going to do a gauntlet glitch, which lets you fly past these shooters without having to use barrier. Of course, I have barrier, but I just don't want a menu to switch spells. That flail guy did not want to stand still long enough to get hit. Can't imagine why. So one of the interesting quirks of the Oops All Mimics flag is you're fighting these mimics, and if you accidentally kill them too quickly, they can just get stuck in the wall, and you have to reset the room to be able to actually pick up the item. Reset the room and refight the mimic. So you'll notice I'm taking my time a little bit with these mimics to make sure they don't die while in the wall still. That was a bit of a bust. We're just gonna walk past this Little Knight because he's being kind and sticking to the top wall there. Grab this chest. This is one that... This chest is really easy to forget if you don't have flight and have to actually walk all the way around. I'm gonna pick up this magic ring. Because it's really easy. That's the turn-off for the staircase, so it's really easy to just go straight to the staircase, which... I'm forgetting my routing. It's... The last several seeds of this I've played, I've actually done this area without flight. And so I was getting my routing confused there, because you do it very differently if you have flight, because you can skip a lot of stuff. We're gonna get this item, which is the Vanilla Sword of Thunder. It's Warp Boots, we don't need them. We're a little short on swords. I wouldn't actually mind getting Sword of Thunder here. Alright. Sure, I'll use that and we'll teleport to... I guess we'll go back to Goa. We've cleared out Stixie. I'm gonna pop into the inn to restore all my MP, because it's running out. And then we're going to head into Oasis Cave, followed by Go Up. Specifically Go Up from the back entrance. Because the front entrance, there's a whole bunch of garbage you gotta get through to get anywhere. And it's kind of a pain. Alright, let's... This is one of those weird caves you can save in. So I'm going to do that here, because I intend to go all the way to the middle of Oasis Cave and see if I can break the wall that's in the middle. Fruit refund. I don't need that. Oasis Cave is absolutely miserable to traverse if you don't have flight, and pretty straightforward if you do. Alright, this is one where if this item is garbage, it's faster to reset than it is to walk back out of this long hallway. So we're gonna reset. Because neither item was useful, so I don't care. And we go this way. Make sure to get past that nubbin before crossing the river. And here... This item is only reachable with flight. It's on a little island. Recover. Alright, Recover's not bad. It's a spell that will cure you of your status ailments. Nice little safety tool to have. It's a little tricky because, you know, you can't menu to it, and most of the time you want to have flight equipped. So if you're sword charge glitching, you can't really use it. Alright. I cannot break the wall here. Because I got Recover, I am going to take the time to walk back out. There's a note down in my tracker that I cannot break that wall. I think Recover is a good enough prize to make this walk twice, rather than reset out. But that's one of those things where your mileage may vary. We're gonna get this item here. Opal Statue. I definitely want that. An Opal Statue is an automatic full heal and revive upon dying. Very handy to have. Doing these short hops, because if you do short, like, one-frame taps, you don't spend any MP and you don't take any HP damage as you bounce across that, because normally you would take damage for it. Alright, so... This equipment looks good. We are going to save here, and we're going to come in with a glitched Sword of Water. And my plan here is to intentionally go... Let's find out what you want. Oh, you want the statue that's in my inventory. Alright. I'm gonna go see if I can break this wall first, and then I'm gonna come back and give Kensu this statue. I can break this wall. Okay. So... I've broken the wall. I don't strictly need to keep the sword charge glitch going, but I will just in case Carmine is weak to water. Because that'll make that fight a little bit faster. And right now it doesn't cost me much, but I am going to need to break it to menu to select the golden idol. And trade it in. Iron necklace. That's one of the weaker accessories in most people's opinion. It greatly increases your armor based on your level. Your, like, torso armor defense rating, which is armor against physical contact with enemies. Usually there's just better things you can do. The warrior ring would normally be one of the better things you could do, except when sword charge only mode is on, it is significantly nerfed to not make the entire idea of Sword Charge only irrelevant. Because what it does is it would normally just let you shoot a level 1 charge shot all the time. I am mostly getting paid off for Sword Charge glitching here. I should have equipped my Sacred Shield to be immune to that attack, but it's fine. We will make do. So the nerf that's applied to the Warrior Ring, you have to be standing still to get the full effect out of it. Otherwise, it's like 1 every like 4 swings of your sword, which is a lot worse. Speed boots. Alright. We are now menuing, because that is worth putting on. They just make you go faster, which, hey, this is a race. You want to go faster. Right. I gotta remember, though, that that does mean my charge times have been slowed down. But my movement speed is greatly increased. Alright, let's give Kensu here this golden idol. I didn't actually see what he wanted to give me, but it was some kind of consumable. He might not have even said, but my inventory was full, so I didn't get it from him, and therefore it is wasted. Okay. But I can say this is entirely done. 5. This is... I started going the wrong heckin' way. It's fine. This still works. Run down here, and we'll see if we can actually defeat Motto 2. I'm gonna avoid that healing spot for now. I think I'm gonna want it after I do this fight. Motto 2 is generally considered to be the most difficult fight in this game. Barrier on as well. I think that was, yeah, alright. So, I can't beat Motto 2, so I can't go any further in this direction. I did beat Carmine. Yeah, so... I now need to leave. And the place I want to leave to is back to go up. We're gonna go beat up Dragon 1. Because you can beat him up with any old sword. As long as you have flight, which... Okay, I did put on flight. Yeah, you gotta fly over those whirlpools to get to Sahara. We could have gone to Sahara the other way. This is where you're slightly punished, except not really, for not getting this warp point earlier, but... I don't think I was really punished, because the walk from the cave entrance to here would have been slower than the walk that I just made. Especially because now I have the speed boots. And then in here is where we actually need to go. You also need flight to get over the whirlpools. There are 3 checks here. 1 that's in a random chest on the side, and 2 that are basically rewards for beating the boss. So, random check on the side. Tornado bracelet. That's a nice random check on the side. That is our first level 3 upgrade, which... Let's actually equip that. Among other things, that'll make this fight a little bit better. I guess we'll use Warrior Ring. I don't really have a better weapon to use for this fight. Or a better accessory. We're just gonna spam this Tornado Bracelet shot. Alright. And that is him down. We're gonna put the speed boots back on. Okay, I'm not sure how that happened, but it's annoying. Refresh is my prize. Alright, and nothing from you. You must have had a consumable for me. I can teleport somewhere else now. I think the answer is the front entrance of Goa. Just double checking everything. Yeah. It's either that or I try to figure out Rage Skip, if it's even possible. And I think front entrance of Goa is the better play here. So we're gonna teleport to Goa. We're gonna pop into the inn. I don't need to buy healing right now. Also, I just got refresh, which is nice. So we're gonna sword charge glitch yet again. Mainly for this very first wall. We're gonna sword charge glitch and also equip flight. That's important. Because once again, we're gonna use flight to get around this. Because flight is just a more useful spell to have. And the sword charge glitch paid off in that I needed that kind of sword to actually break that wall. We're gonna keep the sword charge glitch going at least until we get to the boss fight. We'll see if the boss is weak to water. Hopefully the boss is weak to either water or wind. Since those are the two swords that we have. Here's Carmine 2. Alright, not water, but yes, wind. So actually, I'm going to put on... This is one of the fights where Warrior Ring is still good, because you can just kind of get away with standing still. You can see how each time I stop, the shots kind of stop for a little bit, but... Sword of Fire. Now that is a payoff. Alright, let's get those speed boots back on. Alright, I should... This is one of the other weird spots where you can save, so I can sword charge glitch here. I'm gonna go with the Sword of Fire. It's kind of a coin flip which of the other two swords I want to test right now. There are two walls on this floor. One of them blocks a single item, one of them blocks any progress deeper into the tower. So we're gonna check both of them. Uh-oh. Oh, never mind. We are getting teleported out. Alright, we are back at Oak. So, in Vanilla, when you pick up the sword there, the Sword of Thunder specifically, you get teleported back to Chiron. And in the Randomizer, that can be randomized to teleport you to a random town when you find the Sword of Thunder in a random location. So, I want to go backwards here or forwards. Being indecisive. I don't want to do either. I want to go fight Motto 1, which means I need to trigger the Chiron Massacre. So, when you come to this area with the Sword of Thunder, after having talked to Zebu in the Chiron Temple, you get this little dialogue, and bad things happen back in Chiron. And so the main thing is that now you can actually come up here and fight Motto 1. Let's see, let's guess Sword of Fire. Go in with a full charge. Nope. Nope. Alright, Sword of Thunder. Put on that, and that. So, Motto 1 is a lot easier than Motto 2, because he's just a lot slower. goes at speeds that you can actually kind of react to, as opposed to Moto 2, who's just, most of the time, too fast and too random to react to reliably. Oh, I am sitting on top of this chest. Alright. I am obligated to pick this up, because the boss does not count as defeated until the item is picked up. So, we're gonna get that. Yeah, you know what? I haven't gotten all the items on Mount Hydra, because I wasn't able to break the walls earlier. I now have Sword of Thunder, so we can break these walls. So, and I have Flight, so I can get the item at the very end of Mount Hydra as well. So we'll go do this while I'm here. Then I think the follow-up plays are teleport to Goa to get the Brookahana check, which is available after you beat Moto 1, and teleport to Zombie Town and go through Severa's Fortress and beat up Severa. Mainly because that's a required fight. I have to do it at some point. Might as well make it sooner rather than later, in case the reward from Severa is useful. These are only weak to my level 1 swords. Basically, I could right now, I have all the tools, I could go through all of Goa. And that would be a good thing to do, and it's probably the thing that I will do after I beat Severa 1. But with 2 of the swords being random, it's a little rough to go through right now. Actually, the thing to do, I'm realizing, the thing to do is to go through it backwards, because then I don't have to sword charge glitch anything. I'm level 12, which is... Wow, okay. So... The Axeman, who is one of the players who is racing tonight, has just finished. So, Axe is very good at this game. Was second place in the most recent tournament. And holy moly, already done. That makes me feel like there are some items hiding in some obvious spots that I have not been to yet, and I probably should go do right now. I wonder if the other racers are anywhere close. I am racing right now live with 5 other people. 3 of whom are going to be the other submissions to Randothon. Sho Fukumachi, Mashima, and Tornell. And then also a newer community member, just Chris, who has not raced with us before, so I have no idea how that's gonna go. Just, you know, complete wild card, which is fun. Exciting to have things shaken up a bit. That was just money, so this was a waste of time. We are going, like I said, to go beat Severa 1. I'm gonna skip, what's-his-face for now, Brookahana. And then the play is to enter from the back entrance of Goa, because I've already broken the 1 relevant wall. I can go beat up Moto 2 with one of the swords that I have. Alright, for this boss, I want Barrier, and I guess Warrior Ring is probably best. Not if I'm using this sword, though. Let's put on the rabbit boots. So the problem with Warrior Ring with the Sword of Thunder is because it's a 3-way projectile, and there's a limit on the number of projectiles you can have on the screen at once. You cannot spam Sword of Thunder as fast as you can spam the other swords. But Rabbit Boots and a level 2 Charge Shot have made quick work of Sabera here. Orb of Water, that's really nice. That makes the choice of which sword to sword charge glitch really easy because... Oh! I left behind a check. Let's not forget this. Let's go back. Welcome, Axe. Welcome, Raiders. Congratulations on getting this race done so quickly. Ah, there's a bow. That's what we're looking for right now, are the 3 bows. That is our first one. Obviously, Raiders, you have information about this seed that I do not wish to know. So, we're going to do this check real quick while I'm here, and then we're going in through the back entrance of Goa. One check I could do right now, but I'm not going to, is the Power Ring location in Oasis Cave. It's just kind of a long walk, but I could guaranteed get it in one trip, no less. So, it's something that's on my mind. But I'm not going to do it right now. Alright. So we know Mono 2 is not weak to wind or water. So I'm going to Sword Charge Glitch Sword of Fire here. Onto a level 3 sword to make this upcoming boss fight easier, if that's what he's weak to. And if he's weak to Sword of Thunder, then that's fine. Ideally, he's weak to Sword of Fire, because then we can keep the Sword Charge Glitch going all the way to the wall in Motto's area and Sabera too. And test those really quickly. Yeah. Ooh, this is a scary set of enemies. These are robots that are normally only found in the last area of the game, but one of the flags you can turn on, and is turned on here, is the ability to shuffle them anywhere in the seed. Alright, I am getting hit by everything. But it's okay, because... Actually, I should reset first. Reset first. Talk to you to get a full heal. And hope that I have the right sword on. I do. Alright, that'll make quick work of this boss. Oh, don't stop right outside the explosion. That's rude. Alright. It should have made quicker work than that of this boss, but he is doing an A+ job dodging today. Alright, there we go. So now I get to maintain this sword charge glitch all the way through Motto's floor. That's our last instrument. We're going to make a checkpoint here real quick. And then do some clever routing here by dropping down. Get the Crystalis plant. That is a trade-in item for someone. Don't know who yet. Get this item up here. Again, we're trying to not menu or switch swords, ideally. I will switch swords if I get to the wall in Motto's area and it's not broken by fire. So, alright. Alright, so we have dropped the sword charge glitch, unfortunately. Hopefully Sabera 2 is not weak to fire. Fruit of Power. Alright, these two items were not worth my time. But we know we can break all of these. We have beaten Motto 2. We've beaten Sabera 1. And now it's time to fight Sabera 2, who is hopefully not weak to fire. Oh boy, okay. Well, this is a problem. There's an argument to be made here that it would be faster to sword charge glitch my way here again than it would be to just do this fight, but I have Warrior Ring, and I have Barrier, so I can afford to stand still a lot and just spam attacks like this. And I might just use a Magic Ring to refill my MP on this fight, so I can continue spamming Barrier. Alright, so it's still going to be a long and tedious fight, unfortunately. She likes to go off screen a lot. And one of the things, when your level 1 sword doesn't break walls, it won't go through walls either. Which means anytime she's off screen, or in the edge of a wall, she is not hittable. So please stay on screen. This fight also just produces a lot of lag. There we go. Alright. That is Sabera 2 down. Shield Ring is my prize. Alright, so let's put these speed boots on. And see if I'm... Let's see if I can get through this wall, basically. Alright, I can get through this wall, because there were some items here I left behind because I got teleported out mid-floor. So... that's just money. And then, hopefully I can get the item behind this wall. Otherwise, I might just decide to leave it behind. Okay, good. Good, good, good. There's a bow. Okay, I'm really glad I was able to get that item right now. Because that is another one of our required items. And with 2 bows, that is fairly likely that I can get into the crypt. And we'll check that. Oh, I don't have I clicked the wrong thing on my tracker earlier. I have paralysis and not telepathy. Oh. Whoops. Alright. We're still gonna attempt what is called a crypt dive. The crypt is the final area of the game. There are 2 chests in it, but to get in, you need 2 of the 3 bows. Normally the Bow of Sun and the Bow of Moon, but with unidentified key items on, you obviously don't know which bows those are. The 3rd bow is only used for fighting Dragon 2. Which means there aren't any items locked behind it. So sometimes you do a crypt dive where you have the first 2 bows, or you hope you have the first 2 bows, and you hope the 3rd bow is on the way to the final boss. And I do not have bright bows, so... I need to leave. I have Sun and Truth. And I... Alright, so let's go to Bryn Mawr. I'm gonna do the back half of Sealed Cave here, which means I need to put on that, and put on this. Since I know what the walls here are made out of, and it's the one sword I don't have any upgrades for yet, so I do need to sword charge glitch it. Somehow just completely whipped there. And that is Mashima finished as well. Yeah, this is telling me there's some items in some obvious locations that I just haven't been to. Hopefully this is... I mean, I am 1 item away from go mode, so it's not that bad. I should go check my trade-ins after this. Is what I should do. Because I have a whole lot of them. And access to all of the trade-in locations, I believe. Oh, what am I doing? I don't need to dodge. I'm immune to paralysis. Orb of Fire. Great! I don't have to sword charge glitch ever again. I'm gonna keep going for now, though, because it's a stronger weapon as a result. That said, I don't really care about experience. It's just more about getting enemies out of my way. And killing mimics faster. Alright. So, teleport to, Bryn Mawr. Alright, let's see. The love pendant goes here. Nothing. Wait for this animation to finish. We'll go to Swan next. This is one that we started setting up earlier. We need paralysis. Then we go here and we do it again. And you want the Carissa plant. You had some kind of consumable. We're gonna teleport to Amazon's. Hop into the inn to restore our MP and HP. Use change. And you must want this lamp. And nothing. Alright, so... off to Portoa. And we're gonna go do Waterfall Cave first, because that'll give us some hints about what's in Foglamp Cave. And Carissa Plant Cave, but we already did Carissa Plant Cave, so we don't need the hints there. So we know from prior investigation that we need Sword of Thunder for this. That's just a medical herb. Don't need it. Ow. So, these statues, you can just bypass them. You don't have to use the flute, but using the Flute of Lime will unpetrify them and have them give you a hint. Ah! So, normally, it names a specific item that's in the 2 caves that are in the Portoa region. But because there it said, treasure, that means there's actually nothing good. The only things I'm gonna find there are consumables. So, we're just not gonna go there. Which is good, because Foglamp is a long cave to get through, and getting to skip that is nice. Speaking of garbage, that was nothing. There are 2 more chests here. That's just money, which I don't need anymore. And that's just money, which I don't need anymore. Alright, so that was a bust. Let's go back to Portoa, though. We're gonna go talk to Rage. Now I don't have to do the glitch or worry about that at all. I can just run down here. And there's our 3rd bow. Alright, I'm not even gonna bother getting the rest of the messages. We are in go mode. There's nothing else I really want. I mean, Power Ring would be nice, but not worth going out of my way for. Let's, I'm going to actually Sword Charge Glitch into an upgraded Sword of Thunder. Put on this. I need to put on... Oh, I can't do this. Dang. Okay, we're just not going to Sword Charge Glitch then, because I'd have to enter and re-exit multiple times, and I don't think that's worth it. So my thought was, hey, I'll Sword Charge Glitch all the way to Dragon 2 and have a better weapon for fighting Dragon 2 with. But the problem is, I need to use a bow here, and then menu to get to the Bow of Truth, which means I would have to reset there to actually... I'd have to leave and come back in to do the Sword Charge Glitch. And that doesn't quite feel it's worth it. Maybe it is. I haven't timed it. I'm not going out of my way for the 2 items here. Again, the only thing to find, really, is Power Ring, maybe Storm or Flame Bracelets, although I can Sword Charge Glitch those, if necessary. Alright, so here, we're going to put on this, we're going to put on that, we're going to put on this, we're going to put on that, we're going to put on, I suppose, Rabbit Boots. We're going to call that good. Alright, so I used the Bow of Truth to reveal Dragon's 2 form, which is a dragon. He's going to immediately reveal my weakness, reveal his weakness to me, which is kind of him. We're going to wait a little bit before we fire off the second shot. Nope. That tornado blast lasts longer than I expected to, and I keep firing off the additional shot too soon. So we're going to get more lasers here. Gotta wait a little while. I'm glad that he's just spamming lasers for me. Alright, honestly, I think Warrior Ring might be a better choice here without Power Ring. Oh. Doesn't help if I miss. Alright. Slight flashing light warning. There we go. Yeah, Warrior Ring was the right call. Alright. Alright, so we are going to Sword Charge Glitch here. Now we just gotta make it through the tower. going to be a little bit more conservative with MP, because once I blow through all my MP, I have to menu to get more, which means I miss out on my sword charge glitch. But you really want sword charge glitch. You really want a strong weapon for these, and Flame Bracelet is one of the strongest ones. It's really good, in particular, if you can manage to pin them against the wall like this. Alright. That's the first floor. There are 3 floors of this. You gotta clear all the gold robots, then clear all the white robots. Pushing down the stairs also counts, which is nice. Those 2 pinned against the wall. Alright. I am starting to run out of MP. I will probably not be able to use Sword of Fire beyond this floor. Yeah. Alright. Time to menu. Let's use a medical herb. Let's use a magic ring. And let's start using Sword of Wind. Sword of Wind, on some of the floors, I like to go all the way to the end and start pushing enemies back towards the stairs, so that when the next set of enemies spawn, I can push them back to the left side, and kill them right next to the stairs to the final floor. So now we push these to the left. I said push these to the left. Push to the left. Keep pushing. And these things have a lot of hit points, and the Tornado Bracelet is not as strong as some of the other bracelets. Alright. And from here, we can go fight the final boss. Thankfully, the final boss is fairly easy if you have barrier. And it's only slightly harder if you don't have barrier. So I bet you what happened this seed that made everyone else finish faster than me is they actually did rage skip and got that first bow much earlier. Oh wait, no, you need the actual sword. I got distracted and stood in the wrong spot. You stand right here, you can just hold the barrier down and spam shots and not get hit by anything. There we go. And I should have just enough MP to get through. Alright. And that is time. Alright. Hour and a half. Not bad. Not bad. Obviously, a little bit of luck at the end there with just where the bows are located and when you go to those spots. But I think that's reasonable for where things were laid out in that seed. Thank you for the GGs in chat. And yeah, that is going to do it for this mission video. Thank you for taking the time to consider this, Randothon staff. It was a blast to play at your event last time, and if we get the chance to do it again, I'm sure it'll be a blast this time as well. Looking forward to it. I'm gonna skip ahead through the credits here to the stats at the end. And you can see things like how many deaths, how many resets, all of that good stuff, and where I found some of the various important items. And yeah, that's going to do it for the submission video. That is going to do it for this stream as well, for those of you watching at home. That's all I got. Let's go see. Let's see how close Show is to finishing. And if Show's in the tower, I'm going to raid Show anyway. But yeah, that's going to do it. Good night, everyone.